Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well today, man, I haven't done one of these sort of like JB on EDC videos in a while, and I thought, you know what, it's about time. Been thinking about a few to do, and this one kind of could be a series, so to speak. Because today we're going to talk about 5 knives that I think should pretty much, could be in anybody's collection. Any knife person, knife, well, we throw around the term knife guy, but there's plenty of knife gals out there too. So, yeah, 5 knives that I think could fit just about anybody's collection. Yeah. So, let's get into it. Just had that out there for looks for now. First off, we're going to start off with a Victorinox. It's a classic. Well, it even says it in the name, and that's the SD Classic. Just an awesome little keychain knife. Throw this on your keychain, guys. Keep it in your backpack, however you choose to do so. I mean, it's got the little key ring there. Throw it on your keys. You'll always have a knife. If you're going to put it in your backpack, though, and then you travel, like on an airplane with your backpack, make sure to take it out. Nelly has learned the hard way. And obviously, one of the biggest reasons why I love the little Classic SD is because it has scissors. You've got the scissors on there. You've got a blade. You've got a file. Of course, you got the toothpick. You got the tweezers. Just a cool little knife. Something to throw on your keychain, and you'll always have it. Now, you can usually find these anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks. Sometimes the more, they do some limited runs or some special editions. Could cost a little bit more. But usually in that $10 to $20 range, you can find these pretty easy. Just a classic SD. I mean, it's in the name. Come on. Also, now I'm going to talk about this one, a little heavier duty Victorinox. This, of course, is the Pioneer X. The Pioneer X is probably my favorite of the Victorinox models. I know the Tinker is a very popular model as well, along with a few others. And can you guess why I like this one so much? Well, you've got a heavier duty blade, and you've got, where's it at? It's on this side. A little heavier duty scissors. Yes, I love having these scissors. They're always come super sharp. They're just spring-loaded scissors. Plus, of course, I mean, you've got the other tools. You've got, the flathead. You've got the wire stripper, the cap lifter. And then, of course, you've got the bottle opener, even a little bit of smaller flathead. Now, I don't really personally carry one. Oh, you've got the awl, too. Sorry, I forgot about that. There you go. One with, like, a Phillips head or anything like that, like you see there. Just because, I mean, typically I usually have a multi-tool around somewhere, so if I really need it, it's on my multi-tool. A little bit more compact. I just really enjoy the Victorinox X. And I think, like I said, a little heavier duty, a little bit bigger blade if you need a little bit bigger job, of course. But I think it fits in. And now these kind of vary in price. This one is a little bit of a special edition because it's that A-locks. Oh, that nice. It's very, but you can find them fairly reasonably priced, especially if you go with the standard red, the red Swiss Army knife. And you know what? It doesn't necessarily have to be a Victorinox. Okay, Swiss Army knife. That definitely fits. Victorinox is just a trusted brand and have been around forever. So, yeah. Next. This little guy. Yeah, the QSP Penguin. I tell you what, I obviously like the Penguin just because of this sort of sheep's foot blade you've got going on here. It makes a fantastic rope knife for me at work. But it's just a very good, affordable, I mean, no frills. You can get them on washers. You can get the version 2 on bearings. It's just a very simple to do knife. And again, you're talking, you can find a Penguin pretty sure you can still find them for less than 40 bucks. Great little knife. This just has to be this is the liner lock version. Of course, the Penguin, QSP's most prominent model. I mean, you can go the XL, you can go the Mini, you can go the slip joint. I mean, you can go premium steels, premium handle materials, or you can go very, very simple. You've got D2, micarta, and reversible clip, lanyard hole, dual thumb studs. This one's a liner lock. I mean, you got button lock. It just, the Penguin, you can go so many different. But just your basic, everyday Penguin. Absolutely one that I highly recommend for anyone's collection, for sure. So, that's 3. Now, the good old buck. Now, I mean, you can go 110, you can go 112, you can even go with the little buck 55, the small version. Personally, I kind of tend to recommend either the 112 or the 110. Again, Buck has been making this knife for a long time. It is a classic. It is a tried and true specimen of a knife that just won't let you down. The Buck 110 or 112, I carried one in the military. I carried a 110 in the military for at least the first 10 years I was in the military. Then the whole kind of multi-tool fad came along, and yeah, it was at the time. Everybody had to have a multi-tool. And so kind of went towards a multi-tool, still had the 110 around, but I have a 110, I have a 112. I used to have a 55. I ended up giving that one away, but a Buck 110, 112, just a classic knife. Now, some of these, again, you can pay a little bit for. A Buck, they're going to be a little bit more expensive, so, you know. But, and it doesn't, I recommend Buck. When it comes to lockbacks, there are several more budget options out there. And if that's what you can afford, that's what you can afford. But a good, solid lockback knife, it's just, I don't know. There's something about the security, the classic of it, and yeah, just absolutely fantastic knife. Feels freaking wonderful in hand, and it's just reliable. Absolutely 100% reliable. And the last one for this edition, we'll call it. Andy over at RoseCraft Blades has been putting out some fantastic slip joints. This obviously just happens to be the latest release of the Appalachian Jack. The Appalachian Jack was an early pattern. I think it's pattern 3 for RoseCraft Blades, but just I don't mean specifically the Appalachian Jack. I'm talking about a good quality RoseCraft knife. These are obviously both in that dapper jig bone. If you're looking for a classic traditional knife, I didn't want to forget our traditional slip joint fans out there. And I am one, and especially when they look like this. Absolutely fantastic knives that they're reliable. They're rather inexpensive. You're going to find these anywhere. I'm just going to go between that $50 and $70 range. They're usually no less, no more than that. Good quality. I mean, the earlier ones were using D2 steel. The most recent releases, 5, 6 releases, 7 maybe, have been in 14C. Quality, reliable steels. I don't know if you guys have seen the cut tests I've done with them, but they don't fail. I mean, they absolutely slice through. Now, obviously, this one's got a little bit of a pry bar. The Appalachian Jack does. That's just the pattern that Andy modeled the Appalachian Jack after an IXL, 1534, I think was the pattern that he kind of built on, and some may say improved upon, some may not, but just a quality knife. Now, you guys know I talk about other slip joints, and we'll probably get into that in probably another edition of 5 knives for every EDC collection. You know, it was funny. I just actually got a comment on a video. It was, how exactly did it go? But anyway, the gist of it was, is it worth more than $5 because that's all anyone ever needs to spend on a knife? My response was, okay, right on. Can you find some quality knives inexpensive? Absolutely 100%. You know, probably every $5 knife out there isn't a quality knife. That's pretty easy to say. But any of these, any RoseCraft blades, you're going to get yourself a good quality slip joint. Now, you might not be a slip joint fan, and that's fine. I get it. This is subjective, guys. This is my thoughts. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share down in the comments a knife that you think belongs in just about anybody's collection. And, you know, I'll probably come up with some more here in a while. And I've also got the comment more than once about nobody needs more than one knife. Well, what happens if that knife breaks? Then you don't have a knife. So it's kind of like that whole 2 is 1, 1 is none type of thing. But 5 knives that I think pretty much would fit almost anybody's collection. A good Victorinox. I just happen to love the Pioneer X. The Classic SD. To me, that's almost I have to. I don't know. It just kind of is. It's a good little keychain knife. You'll always have a blade on you. You always have scissors on you. A good quality RoseCraft knife. Guys, they're not going to let you down. Something as simple and as easy as the QSP Penguin. Fantastic knife. And then the old reliable. A good lockback buck knife. 110, 112. You know, they just are hard to beat. Absolutely. So, like I said, guys, let me know down in the comments. Let me know a knife that you think could belong in just about anybody's knife collection. These are my 5 for today. Like I said, we might find some more to talk about here in the near future. I'd like to get back to doing these JB on EDCs. And if you guys have a suggestion, a topic that you would like to hear about, go ahead, let me know down in the comments as well. Always looking to talk about things that you guys are interested in and want to start a conversation about. Absolutely. When I was doing these pretty hot and heavy before, I got a lot of great suggestions, and I'd love to hear what you think. Maybe go back and check the playlist. There's a playlist there. I covered, I don't know how many. I think there's like 50 videos in that playlist. So maybe I've already answered your question, but there always could be an update. So thanks a lot, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day today. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.